Okay, for Sunday's little roundup this week, I've got a couple of tool reviews and show you something remarkable. We have a tool from Sealey, we have a tool from Wiha, and we have a tool from a very kindly viewer who sent us it as a gift. So welcome back. Okay, so the first one up is a little tool from Sealey. It's a little deburring tool. Now, I've been watching a YouTube creator called Tim Nummy, who does a lot of videos focused on a Chinese lathe and how he gets on creating and making things, learning as he goes, teaching himself how to use this little Chinese lathe. And I'll be getting a lathe at some point this year, so I've been following his videos along with things like click spring and various others, and one of these tools pops up over and over again. Time and time again, they absolutely love these, so I thought I'd get myself one up front, just to show willing until the lathe arrives.
True. So
what this is an extremely simple piece of technology. I didn't know they existed. I know that those of you out there have seen these do. It's a very simple little tool for taking the burr out of a hole that you've drilled, which is why I drilled those holes just now. I'll show you how it works. Okay, so just got these. Now there's a couple of methods normally on how to remove a burr from a hole. So when you drill a hole in anything, whatever it might be, looking at it like that, you get this kind of flotsam that comes out the other end. The drill bit pushes out. We've all seen that. We've all had a bit of that in our skin at some point or another. And there's a couple of ways to remove it. I mean, the easiest straightforward way is to get a big fat drill bit and just twist it into it, and that gets rid of it okay. Most of us do that. I've always done that sort of thing. Or a countersinker, one of these things. You can just buy these from your tool store. You just whiz one of those around, but not too much because they'll end up countersinking the hole, and that's no good for sheet metal. But one of these, I'd never even seen these before. The guy in Click Spring used it, and Tim Nummy was using it as well. I absolutely love it. It looks really simple, and it seems that all you do is you pop it in the hole, and you just curl it round, and it seems to take the burr off. That's pretty cool. I think if you do it that way, lean it in a bit. There we go. And that one. Not too bad. Piece of steel. And it does seem to work a little bit better on the steel. It just seems to cut it off. The little curve of that blade, there's a little pointed blade there, and you just wind it round. There's no mechanism to it, that just swivels. Awesome, easy peasy. Even on plastic, you ever drilled plastic, you get burrs as well, like that there. You probably can't see it in the light. Same sort of things, it work. Yep, there we go. Takes the burr off. Lovely. So there we are. Now I've seen this used, like I said, by quite a few people, and it's the sort of thing you just clip next to your drill, your pillar drill, drill press, whatever, or keep it in your toolbox just for taking burrs out. Nice little bit of kit. Awesome. It seems to work just by cutting the burr off. Just chewing it around.
Just got to get the knack of how to...
That's it. It works better on the inside actually.
Circle it.
Than it does on these outside curves. And let's just against one of those, which I would use, or a drill bit. So I think the drill bit works as it always has, a little bit better. That cuts it off nicely. So there we are, pitting that as, you might say, a little review against a countersinker and a big fat drill bit. I think that works probably best. But it certainly works. I like that. And these, I think I looked online, they're about a tenner. You can buy those, like that, about 10 quid from Sealey. You get from Wimoto, they're on the standard website. So there we are, there's the first one. Right, let's look at the second thing we've got. A couple of those. Right. Okay, now for my next trick. I spotted something else online this week and I thought it might be useful, related to the video we did the other day on the Sealey crimps and the solderless connections, and these are a similar thing for the use of making wiring for us plebs easier, and that is these. They're from Wiha. They're a wire stripping and skinning shear. So that's a weird title, but it says that's what they're for, stripping and skinning. So they're a pair of Wiha scissors, if you like, or shears, extremely good quality. They feel really, really precision. They come with this little holster that goes on your belt. So I guess they're kind of, what they're for is a jobbing electrician who might be using them all the time in the course of a job, and then they just go in your belt or you just keep that in there in your toolbox to protect the blades. Now, what I like about them is the quality. The blades on here, they're kind of a compound blade. You've got a serrated, microscopically serrated edge, so that whatever you put in there to cut doesn't slip out. Let's just show you what I mean. So you're going to chop some wire. My word, it just chops that like butter. Absolutely gorgeous, and they don't slip out. Lovely. And also they've got this notch in the center, which if you bring it down on the wire, it acts as a little, just bring them in to bear against the wire, don't pinch any further, and then turn the wire within, and then pull it away, and it strips and skins the wire like that. So that is lovely and really precise. When I saw these, I wondered if that would be a little bit difficult in the sense that how much to pinch, and would you pinch too much, and so on. There are various wire strippers on the market. The reason I'm covering this is when I did the Sealey crimps the other day, there's nothing to cut or strip. They were only literally to crimp. So these I thought were a great option if you want to add these to your tool collection. So again, you can chop the wire and then skin it. So come on in, bring a little bit of pressure on the outer casing, and then just spin it round, and it strips it clean off. Not too strip. There it is. I'm just being a bit too gentle with it. Let's do that again. Cut that off. Sorry, Ben.
It's all right.
Come on in there. So bring these two curved blades to bear on the outer. So just enough for a crimp there. Just bring them to bear on it, and then spin them round, and that will strip clean off every time. Really easy to use. And to add to the game, they've also got in the back there, just in there, a little crimp. That's a little nut, a little tooth there to just crimp one of these in place. So if I just put that, let's have a look, put one of those on there, put that on. Just going to get that moment. There we are. Crimp once, crimp twice. There we go. So it gives you a little crimp as well. Now they're not obviously going to be as good at crimping as that Sealey crimp tool that we used the other day. That's obviously superb, but these are amazing for cutting and stripping and skinning the wire. As soon as I saw the little video on them from Wiha, I just had to have a pair. They're lovely. They really are. They're the sort of top drawer in your toolbox thing. You know, the little top drawers in your toolbox, they just fit in there. They're about £27, quite expensive, but ultimately they are a precision tool and a really top quality piece of kit. I don't think we need to doubt Wiha, do we? They're just about as good as it gets. I absolutely love it. I want to test one other thing though, because this has to be a bit of a test, doesn't it?
Yes.
One more thing I want to test is this stuff. Now this is, I used to, in another lifetime a million years ago, I used to have big banging sound systems in my cars, and this is the sort of wiring you use for amps and that sort of thing. So I just want to see how it gets on with this. I'll put that in there, see if that shears that. Boom, wow. Straight through it. Oh my goodness, and what a lovely cut. Now I know you can buy side cutters, that's not an issue, but I just wondered whether these as effectively scissors would be up to it. And my word, check it out. Holds onto it because you've got the serrated edges, and just crimp it down. Boom. And then come on in. Just bring a little bit of pressure onto the outer and then run it round to skin it and then pull it through. There it is.
Works okay there.
Works every time. That is an old piece of wire. That's green because it's manky and old. So there we are. I think they are lovely and a welcome addition to my toolkit. So I'll put a link underneath to this and the deburring tool, because I think these are the sort of things, if you're going to buy yourself tools, if you're going to grow tools for yourself, then they are superb. Absolutely love those. They're going to go right in the top drawer with all the little special things, standing irons and whatever. Awesome. Right, one more thing to show you. You'll like this. Okay, now for my final trick, we want to say thank you very much to a very kind viewer, our friend Jeff, who sent us this purely as a gift. So thank you, Jeff. You know who you are. That is absolutely superb. A little while ago, when I weighed all the bodywork for the fighter, and I weighed the battery and I weighed this and that. It was on an old set of bathroom scales I've had for years, and they're not accurate, and they don't weigh anything under about 2.5, 3 kilos, so it's not accurate. So what Jeff said is, I've got these scales, digital scales, you can have these and he'll send them over. So thank you so much, Jeff, really appreciate that. And these now, we're going to put them into use to weigh the difference between a standard UASA battery, lead, acid, etc., to a lithium battery, because that was a very big issue. When I was trying to weigh this lithium battery, it wouldn't even make the scales move because it feels like an empty plastic box. So I thought what I do today to show you how this works is weigh those two batteries and get an exact weight on both of them. But obviously the way this works is you've got this hook thing there and you can't really hook the battery in. So I'm going to hook a couple of bits of wire up to these, and then we can lift them up with the scales and see what they actually weigh. There we go. Girl Guide knots, hey Pen?
That's one.
That's it, and one. And I'll just take that screw out there. It won't make much difference to the weight. Pop it through the terminal. Excellent. Okay. It's one of those solder's joints. It doesn't want to go. Nope. I'll have to get my shears out. I'll have to cut it. I've got something that might do that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Just goes to show they work. Right, there we are. Okay, so we can now hook these up and let's see what they weigh. First of all, obviously, we'll do the lead acid battery. So what does a lead acid battery weigh? Hook it on the scale. Got there, Pen.
Let's have a look. 4.14.
There we are, 4.14 kilos for a standard lead acid YTX12 battery, 4.14 kilos. Now we weigh, okay, big zero, a lithium ion battery in comparison.
Let's have a look. Can't see.
Got it?
Oh my goodness.
0.79.
Wow.
It's not even a kilo, so let's just,
0.78.
does that come back? 1 pound 12 ounces. 1 pound, let's do the other one in imperial. So 1 pound 12 against £9 and a bit. There we are. So there you are, a lead acid battery is practically 8 pounds heavier than a lithium ion battery. Superb. And there we are. Now from now on, I'm going to re-weigh everything on the Street Fighter, everything that I've done, and I can weigh it accurately and get an absolutely accurate figure of what this bike weighs. And there's a little sneak peek for you. You'll get that in the next couple of videos, exactly how that achieved and how we got that far. Is there anything else, Ben?
Still loads to do.
Still loads to do. Absolutely gargantuan amounts of work to do on the Street Fighter, but it's coming forward in leaps and bounds, and you are massively engaged with it, for which we are eternally grateful, aren't we, Ben?
Yes, thank you for all your support.
Thank you for all of your guys' support. Appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Take it easy, ride safe. Links underneath to all this. See you next time.
Have a good Sunday.